So, generative AI is here, right? And it's forcing every single one of us knowledge workers to ask a really big question. Will this technology make my career or break it? But here's the thing. What if that choice between augmenting your skills or being automated away is actually way more in your control than you realize? Let's dive in.
All right, let's start with just one number, 42%. Seriously, just let that number hang in the air for a second. It's a huge figure, and it points to a massive shift coming our way. But what on earth does it represent?
So, what is that? Well, it means that for 42% of jobs, a huge chunk of what people do every day, we're talking 50% or more of their tasks, could potentially be automated by generative AI. And look, we're not talking about assembly lines anymore. This is aimed squarely at knowledge workers.
And that, of course, leads to the question we're all secretly asking, right? Is my job on that hit list? If your day-to-day involves pulling information together, analyzing data, or knocking out first drafts of pretty much anything, well, you're in the exposure zone. But, and this is a big but, this is where we have to start thinking strategically. You see, there's a Grand Canyon-sized difference between being exposed to AI and being replaced by it. And getting that difference is the first step to, moving from freaking out to actually having a plan.
Let's just get one thing crystal clear right now. Exposed does not equal replaced. It's not a death sentence for your career. It's a signal. It's a wake-up call to evolve. Honestly, the real danger isn't the AI itself. It's refusing to change how we work with it.
Right. So this idea of exposure isn't some big, scary monolith. It actually breaks down into three different things that can happen. First, you get an efficiency gain. Basically, AI just helps you do your current job faster. Second, there's replacement. This is where AI completely takes over those really routine, predictable tasks. But the third one, this is the one you really need to pay attention to, new task introduction. This is where AI actually creates totally new kinds of work for humans to do.
And that, right there, that's where you come in. That's your opening. Because while the AI is busy boosting efficiency and handling the boring stuff, your future, your value, it's all about mastering these new tasks that a machine just can't handle alone. It needs a human to guide it, to oversee it. This is your greenfield opportunity. Okay, so this all leads to a really powerful idea, something we're calling the augmentation mandate. And believe me, this isn't just about learning a new software program. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think about your entire career.
So what is this mandate? It's actually pretty simple. The goal is to stop competing with the AI. Stop trying to be a slightly better, slightly faster version of the machine. Instead, you have to shift to collaborating with it. That means focusing all your energy on those uniquely human skills that AI can only support, not replicate.
So, what are those skills? Where do we humans still have the edge? Well, it's in all the messy stuff. It's handling complexity, navigating situations where there's no clear right answer. It's about that non-linear, out-of-the-box thinking. It's making those tough judgment calls based on gut feeling and experience. And of course, it's creating real, authentic emotional connections. That's your new job description right there.
All right, so the mindset is clear. Augment, don't compete. But how? How do you actually make that happen? Let's get practical. Let's talk about the actionable plan to make this pivot a reality in your own work.
Okay, the whole plan boils down to three key strategic pivots. Super simple. Number one, audit your exposure. Number two, leverage the final 20%. And number three, focus on the why and the what. Let's break down each one.
First up, the audit. And you gotta be brutally honest with yourself here. Sit down, make a list of everything you do in a day. Now, for every single task, assume an AI can do any of the info gathering or first draft creation about 10 times faster than you. Seriously, what's left on your list? Okay, so whatever's left on that list, that's what we call the final 20%. And this is where your new gold mine is. It's that last little bit of quality, of nuance, of real-world context that the AI just fumbles. It can't quite get there. Think about it like this. An AI can spit out a perfect financial report. That's the 80%. But you, the human analyst, you know the CEO is a bit of a hype man, so you adjust the forecast down. That subjective judgment, that's the final 20%. So pivot number two is to lean into that. Make that final 20% your entire job. You're not the person creating that first draft anymore. Your new job description is basically expert quality assurance.
You take what the machine made, you check it, and then you inject it with all the strategic context and human judgment that it's completely missing. This really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? The machine's role is now executing the how. It's the ultimate task doer. Your new role, where your value just explodes, is defining the why, the big picture strategy, and the what, the specific goal we're trying to achieve.
And that brings us to the third and most important pivot. You've got to focus on the why and the what. You are now the strategic driver. Here's a great way to think about it. AI is the most powerful engine ever invented, but an engine has no idea where to go. You're the driver. You've got the map, you set the destination, and you keep your hands on the wheel.
So once you make this shift, it totally changes your relationship with technology. We're not just talking about another tool you open up sometimes. This is about a deep, permanent, integrated collaboration.
And this brings me to a concept I absolutely love. Thinking of AI as a prosthetic, an AI prosthetic. See, it's not some competitor you're fighting against. It's an extension of you. It's like having this invisible, brilliant colleague who just handles all the grunt work, which frees you up to scale the things only you can do, your strategic thinking, your judgment, your creativity.
And listen, if you think this is some far-off futuristic idea, think again. We're talking about the next 3 to 5 years. In that time, our entire digital world, the software, the platforms we use, is going to be rebuilt from the ground up to assume that AI agents are working right alongside us humans. This isn't coming. It's already here.
So it all comes down to this, really. The future doesn't belong to the people who try to outwork the machine. It belongs to those who figure out how to master augmentation. The choice isn't really a choice anymore. You either compete with automation and slowly lose, or you embrace augmentation and lead. So let's end with this. Go back to that mental list you made of all your tasks. Your new AI colleague, your prosthetic, is ready and waiting. What's the very first thing, that first piece of the how that you're going to delegate so that you can finally get to focus on the why?